used to be tennis courts. Still following the path to one side. Somewhere to the back here, off the path, there is the remaining parts of a caravan. A bungalow here. I'm not sure that it's visited at all now. So the caravan used to be somewhere there. At one time you could drive through this part. I clearly remember, probably in the 1970s, driving through this glade here, before the concrete posts were put in, obviously. So the path goes through this wood and comes out Mog's Eye. Now at the entrance to Mog's Eye we have this sign: public footpath to Anderby Creek, half a mile; public footpath to Marshall, 3/4 of a mile; Lincolnshire Country Park at the top, but there's no mention at this stage of the England Coast Path. So it's over the dunes, and we'll have our first look at the Lincolnshire Sea for quite some years. From the top of the sand dune, looking north, turning round, and now looking south. So I'm now going to walk down the beach to Anderby Creek pullover. So as we approach the built-up area, we can tell we're getting near because the beach is getting slightly busier. There are a few people out and some children digging in the sand dunes out of the strong wind this morning, which is whipping up the sand and making the sea. Bank holiday Monday, the 30th of May 16. This is the pullover area and the houses that overlook the sea here. So it's up onto the pullover to Anderby Creek. Now this path here may form part of the England Coast Path, which is not along the beach. Top of the pullover is this building with the things on the top. From the top of the pullover, looking down, the beach cafe is for sale. There are flats here from £30 per night to £80 a week. And the car park on the grassed area. Near the car park is this sign showing you Anderby Creek for coastal wildlife. The map. From Sutton-on-Sea, through Anderby Creek in the middle, down to Chopper Point and Chopper St Leonard's. From the car park you can see down the footpath, which I'm sure will form part of the ECP when it's labelled here at Anderby Creek. At the side of the car park is this attractive cycling store area with a very nice signpost telling us it is the cycle rack at Anderby Creek. There. I don't suppose anybody comes in a penny farthing. From near the cycle track there is this, to me, new footway going over the dunes. We'll go along this bit and over the dunes So we've got these works of art on the side fencing here, and the nice seat. But what I didn't know was that this, unlocked this morning, is a way up onto the roof. So up these steps you come out at the top. And there is a viewing area. Oh, you were there. I see. Well, you won't be on the video. Welcome to Anderby Creek Cloud Bomb. Cloud spotting platform. Could possibly spot the northern lights sometimes. So there is the viewing area looking over the beach, looking north, looking over the caravan sites, looking west, and looking south over the houses. And here are some magnets which obviously attract the clouds to Anderby Creek. Although visitors probably don't want clouds, they want sunshine. 40 years ago we call these bloopers because of the sound of the water. Now they've got tops on. All of them have got tops on, which I suppose is a health and safety regulation. They're still fairly size and you can drop stones down if you want to. This is how you put a stone down. And it crashed at the bottom. I heard that. Looking south, now the ECP shouldn't come up the beach. I think a coastal path should be above the beach, along tracks or minor roads. So if the ECP does come along the beach, then it will come up here and along the track. This is the way it could go. This track here. This fencing is new. I've not seen it before. It's where the creek comes out to the sea, keeping people away from the top area there. Now there is a footpath at the side of the creek, and I believe on the left hand side there is a footpath going across that field. So the ECP from Chapel Point could come along the road, across that field, and join up in the sand dunes somewhere here. We shall have to wait for the definitive maps of the area to arrive. So I'm going down that path there to make a circular path back to the court. Here is another view of the creek where it begins to enter the sea at Anderby Creek. Remember this building, I like to see the sea, and the path we're going along is down here. It turns right, leaves the creek and goes through the other side of these houses. There is the water from the creek disappearing under the dunes and out to sea. I see from the side of the creek that there is a bird hide there, and from that there is a footpath that goes to the road. Continuing my circular walk around Anderby Creek, come to the turn off from the side of the creek. I'm standing with my back immediately behind to the creek. The path goes in front of these properties that overlook the beach on the other side. The path may come along this route if it doesn't take the upper path. These are the back view or front view of the properties that overlook the beach. The rear of the shop, the property that was for sale, and the back road here comes out again at the car park area. also the beach shop. The entrance to Anderby Springs Caravan Estate, which comes off the road going down towards the beach. Apparently these are artichokes. We have the Creek Tavern, licensed bar and restaurant, and what used to be called Rose's shop. It used to be opposite the shop that Grace used to run. At the rear of this property, which replaces Grace's shop, we find what may have been, apparently the story is that in the 1953 floods, so here is the building from the front, on the sides of the old shop that Grace used to run, and is commemorated by the name Grace Crescent. Adjacent to that property is this field of ladies' lace. Unusual to see a whole field of that, but looks fairly attractive. The road continues, we get towards Occupation Road. In the garden here, just before Occupation Road, we see what is described as a wood turner's cart. There is another shop, laundrette, Popper's Bar. Perhaps it's not a shop, perhaps it's a bar. This did used to be a shop, no longer a shop lived in. It's even described as a wine shop on the notice near the door. So here's the road. There's the sign for the sun-kissed caravan park, and we go down here, which is called road. There is another shop attached to this holiday park, the Ravenna Holiday Park. That's Occupation Road. The caravan area, when you approach, into Anderby Creek, surprisingly, is called Beachside Caravan Park. Not quite on the side of the beach. That's how Occupation Road continues. This is Grace Crescent. It was a property for sale here that I inquired about that got me onto the court because the estate agent must have misunderstood what I was requesting. Named after the lady Grace, who for many years looked after the local shop. Grace Crescent is a crescent, and on the other side of the crescent comes out into Occupation Road, just here. There is an interesting sign on this bungalow. It says, "A nice woman and a grumpy old man live here." The end of Occupation Road, ahead goes to the house that belongs to the field at the back. This is the original show house, which we look around in probably 1976, before we bought There were two properties here for sale side by side, Fulston Estate Agents and William H. Brown. And almost opposite them there's another one for sale. So we come to the end